This is why. So some people wish they live in a fantasy world where they could be like, "Oh, I'm a brave knight who can slay an orc," but I'm like, I do wish I had a gnome who had to live in my house and do tech stuff for me. Not like a
No, right.
slave, not like a slave or anything, but like a gnomish tinkerer. I'd pay him.
What does that mean, a tinkerer?
Are you familiar with gnomes?
No.
A gnome is like it's what happens when a dwarf and a hobbit have sex. It's like they're like, hobbits. They have a sling.
Not really.
Well, it's like a hobbit. You know what a dwarf is?
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh no, it's not just from that. Well, hobbits, they're halflings, also known as. So if a dwarf, which is like a warrior hobbit, but like lives they live in caves, and a hobbit that creates a gnome. And gnomes are hobbit stature, sometimes smaller, but they always have big paunches. Like they're fat.
I don't think this is right.
Look at the fucking chat. This is correct. And what they do is hobbits are, they're like sort of mischievous, but they're just like simple English country village folk. And dwarves are mountain warriors. The combination of that is a sorcerer / wizard type who tinkers.
So what's tinkering?
Tinkering
Like fiddles?
is where you walk around and like screw a screwdriver into something, and they make like RC cars.
Master tool set, and he's like tinkering with things.
I get him to fuck with the AR. I can get him to fix all sorts of shit. I got the handles on my fucking desk are all fucked up. I guarantee if I had a gnome who was living in the hallway closet, it's a very small closet, but they're not big creatures.
I don't think. What would his name be?
Like Tedric or something. They're always named. They're always named names that sound like regular ones, but you're like, there's something a little off here. So Tedric would live in the closet, and I would pay him 1 GP and 5 SP. That stands for gold pieces and silver pieces a month. So, 1 meal a day, I would give him. The rest he has to figure out. He can't use
Would he have days off?
Well, he's too small to cook, so he'd presumably have to go to some gnomish canteen. Like, he couldn't get to my counter.
You wouldn't feed him.
I'd feed him 1 meal a day. Yeah. I'm not his cook.
So, okay, question.
Yeah.
He would be live-in. He lives with you.
Yes.
But would he have a family or social life?
So he would send his money back to his family in
Dublin.
I'll tell you what. I know that that hobbits live in the mountains in the countryside, and I know dwarves live in mountains. I don't know where gnomes live, but I don't really care. So no, they don't live in the Shire. That's where hobbits live.
What is a hobbit?
Hobbit is a short Englishman.
It's just being short makes you a hobbit?
Hairy feet, I believe, is an important part. I don't think they wore shoes. Yeah, canonically in Lord of the Rings.
It's different. It's not human, or is it?
I don't know. It looks human to me. It's not. No, fuck it. It's not human. It's not human. It's literally subhuman. It's a small human below the waistline. I don't like talking like that though.
I don't think this is right.
Well, hobbits are, I forgot about the feet stuff. Hobbits have huge feet and presumably giant dicks, but they have giant hairy feet with like calluses on the bottom.
Why don't they wear shoes?
Feet are too big. Too much money. They're also very, I will say in the Lord of the Rings, I think that, maybe the dwarves are greedy. I can't remember. One of the short races is very greedy.
So Sounds problematic.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of Orc Discourse last week. I saw.
Yeah, what's an orc? I had to ask a group chat, and I don't think they told me.
They're stand-ins for. They're like basically Irish people with green skin and pig. They're pig. It's a mixture of a green pig and an Irishman, or a Scottish guy. They're Scots. Orcs are Scottish.
What doesn't sound. Wait, so where are orcs from?
Scotland.
That's Lord of the Rings, also.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they have Scotland in Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, I think the orcs, if I remember, they came from the mud, which I think is why people.
But I mean, like, orc mythology comes from what story?
Well, I think people think it's black people, but they're wrong. It's the Scots. I mean.
No, I mean orcs. Like, okay, people are like, we're talking about orcs. Is this the Tolkien thing?
They're
or
saying
whatever?
They're bad elves. They're fucked up elves. Tolkien apparently did invent them. They're saying that orcs are Slavs. So we're
Well, I don't know
orcish.
about that stuff. I just mean I didn't even know what fucking story it was from. I've literally never heard of this thing.
Well, there's goblins as well. Who are goblins?
But goblins are like an old school creature.
Well, if
that's
orcs
like
are
in lots of stories.
if orcs are corrupted elves and goblins are corrupted gnomes. Goblins are
I don't know.
the thing is the fucked up
from Beowulf.
Beowulf fucking rocks. The band?
Now I'm confused.
Urukai and Orc. Oh yeah, there's other orcs in Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in a long time. I saw one of the Hobbit movies. I got out of rehab, and like 2 weeks later, a Hobbit movie came out. All these fucking people were like after an AA meeting, like, we're gonna go see the Hobbit. And I was like, I have $0. If you pay for me. They paid for me. I fell asleep the minute it started and woke up like 4 hours later, totally refreshed at the end. I don't know.
I tried to watch Lord of the Rings. I couldn't get past the fact that Elijah Wood's neck is the same width as his face.
Wait, I don't like that either.
It's like a tree trunk.
Did you ever see that TV show he did where he was like a Russian doctor? Did you ever see that TV show he did where he was like a Russian doctor?
No.
It's pretty good. He plays like a Russian doctor in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, is that the one with John Hamm?
I think so.
No.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just
Someone
like entertaining.
like
It's funny.
The Nick.
No, I don't think that's what it's called.
Oh. I don't.
What is it called? I don't know. I watched it when I was sick because the episodes are like 20 minutes. I'm just getting Yaroslavel. Oh, that's because I wrote Elijah Woof.
What?
I wrote Elijah Woof. Elijah Wood, Russia. Maybe it wasn't him. It was some little guy like him.
No, it was Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh.
Harry Potter.
I thought those were the same guy until just now.